Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope you are well this week. It's nice to see you. Did you know I can see you right there? I hope that you had an excellent weekend. And I'm not sure what you were up to, but I got a little bit of a break, which was nice. But I also experienced some things this weekend that taught me a lot. And they seem unrelated. But the Lord spoke to me, I thought, very clearly in some ways through these three different things I got to experience. I don't know if that works like that in your life, but sometimes you don't see how things fit together, and then, man, convergence. So the first thing that happened this weekend was Michelle Telfer spoke for me at Caneo, did an unbelievable job, and she talked about how sometimes in our lives God uses pain and hardship and difficulty and frustration to shape us, to make us more like Him. And also so that we can help other people in their times of struggle and trouble, etc. But doesn't it seem like we run the other way, like we want no part of that? So even though some good things are going to happen, just a second. Hey, dogs. Even though some good things are going to happen, we run the other way from pain and difficulty and discomfort, and we assume, man, that can't be God's will because that's too tough. But God somehow uses all that stuff in our lives. And I feel like modern Christians, I feel like in a way we have stopped worshiping Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and somehow we've replaced that with this trinity of safety and security and comfort. The problem is that's nothing like Christ. If those were His priorities, there would be no Good Friday, there'd be no Christmas, right? So we claim Him, but we don't want to live like He did. So then number two, I went to a foster event at Calvary Community in Westlake that was the bomb. And there was a foster youth who shared about growing up, nobody wanted her in their home. So she didn't have family. There weren't enough foster homes to go around. So she grew up without a home, without a family. And then finally when she's 18, she, ended up pregnant, has a boyfriend, is doing fine. But that's the first family she's ever had, 18. And it just crushed my heart because we live in a county with so many homes, so many bedrooms that are unused, and yet kids that don't have a home, don't have a bedroom, don't have parents, don't have some of the basic needs in their lives met. And it just didn't make sense to me because, I was literally trying to figure out who can I kick out of my house? Like, okay, you're out of here because I want to help somebody. But I feel like, yes, it's hard to open our home. It's hard to foster. It's hard to do the right thing because it's inconvenient and it costs us something and it takes away some element of our safety and our comfort. But man, that's got to be a tension in us. If that's not a tension in us, we're spiritually dead. There's got to be something going on. And I was feeling like this also, our homes are kingdom assets. They're not, the home is not mine, it's God's if I'm a Christian. So how does He want to use His kingdom asset? How does He want to use my backyard, my patio, my car, my fishing rods, my time, my home, and the bedrooms in it, right? So I feel like we understand that we are stewards of God's stuff and it's not really our own, but often we don't act like it. Okay, so two big learnings. Pain can be okay. We can't run from it if we're going to be Christ-like. Two, we got to use our stuff and not ignore people that are in need. So number three, Sunday night, the kicker, I watched Free Burma Rangers. Go see this. This is so you can find it on Amazon Prime. It'll cost you a few bucks, but it's worth it. And so this guy and his family moved to Burma. He's an ex-Army Ranger, and they help people in need on the front lines of the Civil War. And they're not trained to do that. They just feel called to do that. And they raise up thousands of others to do the same, and they tell the truth about some of the atrocities that are happening there. And they help people in need, even though it's terrifically risky, and they raise their kids doing it. I was so inspired by their faith, by their prayer, by their sacrificial love. I was like blown away by this thing. And it became really clear as I was watching this thing that if our gods become safety and security, we're abandoning the gospel. We're abandoning the whole thing that Jesus came to create and to save us from. And if comfort and security and safety become our highest priorities, then we're no longer able to love God with all of our heart, soul, mind, and strength. We're no longer able to love our neighbor as ourselves. We have thrown the Great Commission out. We've thrown the Great Commandment out. We've become all about ourselves. Okay, that's a heavy weekend, right? So here's the challenge. If your life is not about helping others and helping them find hope above, I'm going to suggest to you that your life may be a waste of time so far. The good news is if you're watching this, you're still breathing, you're still above ground, you still have a chance to help some people to live a life that is sacrificial in love, not self-focused in comfort, and to leave a good smell on this planet while you can before you're out of here. I do not want to someday face God and say, I had a good life. I had a great house. It was really fun. I want to hear from him, well done, good and faithful servant. You used what I gave you, and you used it well. And the most important thing he gives us is time. So faith is the opposite of playing it safe. Please pray about it. Read any book in the Bible you want. And then do what it says. If you want a good place to start with 1 John. Read the whole thing. Do what it says. Bless you, everybody. Enjoy the week. And I hope you have a solid weekend and you watch Free Burma Rangers this weekend. See ya.